Well, hello, you gorgeous mother truckers, you, and welcome to another video. Tommy Robinson. Well, that's that video knackered. Oh, you mutter the immortal words, and that's definitely a go grab your popcorn moment again, isn't it? I'm sure YouTube won't particularly like this video, but hey, it is what it is. So, Tommy is the man, the legend. Whether you like him or whether you don't, you have to admit the man is something that the country needs in its leaders, which is a focused belief in what they do. Very much like Nick Tacconi for UKIP. He's very focused on what he does. He's clear, he's direct, and he doesn't change, nor does Tommy. And Tommy has for years and years and years been not only speaking the truth and raising awareness of the grooming gangs. Sorry, no, don't stop calling them grooming gangs. The rape gangs that have been operating in this country. Not only has he been doing that, but he's also been steadfast in it. And the fact, of course, that he's done plenty of time in prison for speaking the truth. I mean, remember the last time he was in prison was because of a documentary. For all intents and purposes, that's what he was put in prison for speaking the truth. And he is a man who, whether he accepts that or not, or, you know, he's a leader by default. People like and love Tommy Robinson because they like it is. I know his name's not Tommy Robinson, but who cares? Yeah, a lot of flipping famous people. I mean, let's be honest, Martin Sheen is actually Martin Estevez. No one gives a shit, do they? No, of course they don't. So, he's back, obviously, out of prison. We had the alleged assault at the train station, which he's been freed of, and then he's been rearrested for sharing social media posts, which is just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. It's amazing how you can have a flag that says fuck Hamas and that gets you arrested. But when you have the Palestinian flag and they're screaming for the death of Jews, that's okay. And they're doing that. That's okay. Because we live in two-tier justice and we don't have a real police force. But that's for another video. So he's had that. He's come out. He started to talk. Piers Morgan's talking shit as always. But of course, Piers Morgan bottles him out every time he gets the chance. Then we get Sarah Pouchin, who is part of the Reform Party, who, by the way, as I mentioned before in Red Flags Reform, quite happy with digital IDs. Don't really see what the issue is with them. But that's a red flag there if you want. Also turned around and said she's not very happy about Tommy Robinson jumping on the grooming gangs thing. Really. It's the other way around. In fact, your party chairman, and in fact your party hierarchy, hate Tommy Robinson, couldn't give a shit about Tommy Robinson, have thrown Tommy Robinson under the bus. And anyone who likes Tommy Robinson is that lot, Richard Tice. So for you to turn around and go, oh, wow, you know, you shouldn't be, who the fuck are you and what the fuck are you talking about? If it wasn't for Tommy Robinson, who kept shining a light on this cover-up by governments and police forces and the justice system and social services, no, you wouldn't be talking about it at all. Remember that the Reform were going to have their own independent inquiry into the rape gangs, but just didn't because they just said it because it was a soundbite at that particular time. Again, showing that the red flags that Reform are nothing but a flip-flop party who will say and do anything they can to get votes. And if somebody goes, well, that's playing politics, no, it's not. It's called flip-flopping. Yeah, this country needs direct leadership. It needs to, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and that's the end result, and that's it. Not, we're going to do this, well, maybe we're not. Going to do that, well, we're not. We're not going to do that, but maybe we are. That, forget it, they're a waste of space. But for her to say that just shows how completely out of touch she is. But then again, she's an ex-Conservative party member. You know, the bunch of fuckers who had it for the last 14 years have fucked it up. That left it wide open, that people were so fed up with politics they didn't vote, which allowed Labour to fall into the position they're in, and now look at the fucking shitstorm we're in right now. I know I shouldn't swear, but these things really annoy me because I don't understand people's logic. So not only that, then we get Camilla Tomney, who comes on. I mean, sometimes Camilla says some sensible things, but to go on to, was it Good Morning Britain or this morning I think it is, and call him a white supremacist is just the laziest, arseholey thing to do. You have no proof of that. You're just throwing shit out. You're throwing shit out because you don't like him. It's like everything else in society. Instead of dealing and tackling the issue, we shoot the messenger. People like me and Paz and any other ways who put these opinions out and pushing the message forward, we're the ones who need to be suppressed. We're the ones who need to be arrested in ultimate and put in prison and all that. Those people who are drawing their, pointing their fingers at this and going, that's wrong, we're the problem. Let's not deal with the problem. Let's just deal with those people who would keep being annoying and pointing it out. But for you to call Tommy Robinson a white supremacist is just fucking the lowest of the low. And remember that you lot, this is what people forget. The media, we're all pro-vaccine, yeah? You know, COVID enforcers. They created the word vaccine deniers, COVID conspirators. That was them. They created those words, yeah? That's who created that. The deniers, that the media created that, and then the sheep repeated what the media called them, because that's how thick the vast majority of people are. I'm sorry if people get offended by that, but if you're that dumb that you would not wear a mask when sitting down and eating, but put it on when you stood up because COVID worked at 3, you were an idiot. You're as thick as 2 short planks. You're a sheep. You've got no brain. You just need somebody else to tell you what to do, how to think. And then those people who point out the fact, I mean, somebody had an article, oh, well, those people who didn't take the COVID vaccine knew there was a problem. Why didn't they speak out? We did. You vilified us, called us stupid names and called us everything under the sun. So you're getting what you want now. It's tough fucking shit. Couldn't care. Don't come out and say, why didn't you say anything? Because there were plenty of channels on YouTube, plenty of people on X and Facebook who were banging on about it and kept getting kicked off their social media platforms for telling you the problem. But no. So Sarah Pouchin goes on about Tommy Robinson jumping on the bandwagon of the grooming gangs. Sit back down, you stupid binks. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But then again, you're ex-conservative. You never knew what the fuck you were doing from 1 minute to the next. It really annoys me. It really annoys me. And as for Camilla Tomney, I sometimes agree with you. You see, the thing is, I'm centre-right. I know these things don't exist, yeah, but there was a lot of times where she would do stuff and I would go, yeah, well said and bravo. And, you know, and that's the same with every human being. Yeah, sometimes people do say things you agree with and then there are other times they don't. But for you to turn around and call him a white supremacist with zero evidence, that's slander. And I hope he sues the living shit out of you. But, of course, you aren't under the same rules as everybody else when it comes to media posts. You can say whatever you want and the law can't shut you down, can they? Scumbags. Any case, enough of that. Ways to support the channel down below. Catch you in the next one.